Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. All right, so we have an article here, which I'll link for you down below in the description. It is coming from Cord Cutters News, but I'm going to use this discussion as a gateway to dig deeper, dive deeper into what's been going on with cord cutting in general. Cord cutting was at first an amazing option for consumers that were stuck in the bubble of cable TV, if you will. Many consumers were overpaying for services that they barely have time to watch, programs that they're just not really interested in. They're constantly flipping the channel and being forced to watch, obviously, what's ever offered. And that was really it. That, of course, is until we started seeing small streaming services like Sling TV and Hulu Plus come about and offer more options for less money, no commitments, and consumers were satisfied, thrilled to be able to break free from the burdens of cable TV and that hefty, annoying, repetitive bill. And they just felt like they were paying for nothing. It's almost like throwing money in the air and, not being able to afford this, right? It's an expensive, not necessary bill. And I, for one, am on that train where I cut the cord a billion years ago because for me, it was always too much money. I was never able to watch half the stuff and I just wasn't interested in it. A lot of the programming is repetitive on cable. Now, I do enjoy some cable programming, but I'm not going to sign up to a company like Spectrum or Comcast or any one of those services to get it. If I'm interested in that, there are so many streaming services that offer the same types of programs that I'm interested in for far less money, very little to no money, if you ask me, especially when compared to what the price of, Comcast or Spectrum is charging for not even that many channels. And then you're under a commitment. It's annoying. Sometimes there's hidden fees. It's just aggravating. The only real way to get a deal is to bundle up with other services, add a wireless line, add your home internet. And, ideally, that is the best way to do things, right? Have all your stuff under one umbrella, get the best deals possible, but then it just becomes too expensive. And then you'll notice that your service gets watered down. You're not getting the top of the line of everything that you should be, and you're locked in. There's fees. And then, of course, if you want to break free, if you have everything bundled in, you're stuck, right? If you decide you no longer want your wireless service to be with Spectrum, but you have a bundle going on, and if you break free from that and you break up that deal, you're not going to be paying more for probably the live TV cable or maybe more for your internet as a result of doing that, as a result of cutting the cord and moving your wireless, say, to an MVNO. Maybe you want to use Verizon and you want to go to US Mobile, or you want to go to Visible, or you want to go to Total Wireless, whatever it may be. Bundling often is a way to lock a consumer in and pigeonhole them, which is why I'm never for that, almost never for that. It would take the best deal for me to even consider it. And even then, I'm more than likely not going to lock myself in because I like the freedom, flexibility, and options to be able to do and exercise, you know, streaming and internet and wireless however I want. So the discussion here is, they're talking a lot about how there's a decline in the amount of streaming services that consumers use. The one downside to cutting the cord is that you often find that you need more than one streaming service in order to get the complete package of programming that you might find with cable TV. And there's been consumers that have commented on this channel, and I agree with that. They've discussed and voiced their opinion on that, where sometimes, cutting the cord can be more headaches in the long run, right? Because you need 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 different services to get the complete package. You need, if you're a big sports fan, you need sports. If you're a big movie fan, you're going to need a service that offers more movies on demand. If you're someone that just wants traditional types of cable, then you're going to look for a service that offers that. Then, of course, you don't want ads. So there's a whole bunch of things that you're looking for, and not one particular service, of course, will have that. And it's done on purpose because that's how the entertainment business works. They want you to pay more even if it's not all on one service. They're trying to figure out ways how they can all make deals together and benefit from each other's partnerships. And that's why we're seeing a lot of, these other, companies coming in and buying other streaming services. They're merging, they're making deals, and the consumers are the ones paying for all this, right? They're taking away certain things and adding certain things. It's a constant game that's being played. It's becoming to at this point where cutting the cord is almost as expensive, if not even more expensive in some cases, as cable TV was. If you have 4 or 5 different streaming services, you could be paying the exact price. You could be paying a little bit more, and you have 4 or 5 different bills, 4 or 5 different services to worry about, terms and conditions changing, prices going up. It can become a headache, right? So some customers may be thinking, well, maybe I'll go back to cable, or maybe I won't pay for anything. So we might be seeing more of that because there's been a decline. According to some results here from consumers, I guess Cord Cutters News, they were able to get some insights from consumers and some studies here, which they're saying, according to readers, 69.9% of cord cutters pay for 4 or fewer streaming services. That is up from 63.3% that said that they pay for 4 or fewer streaming services in spring of 2024. Then they go on to say 54.7% of them pay for 3 or 4 or fewer streaming services, which is up from 47.3% in the spring. They're saying the number of cord cutters paying for 2 or fewer streaming services is also growing, with 36.1% of cord cutters paying for 2 or fewer services. They're saying that is up from 27.3% that pay for 2 or fewer streaming services in the spring. So we're noticing a decline in how many services consumers are paying for. Now, does that mean consumers are just becoming more satisfied with 1 or 2 streaming services? Does it mean that it's just getting too expensive for them to pay for more than 1 or 2 services? I think that's definitely one of the reasons it's becoming expensive. If we notice, streaming services are raising their prices rapidly. What started to be, a great alternative to cable is becoming an almost as expensive, problem as cable TV. So at the end of the day, if streaming services are getting just as expensive, it will ultimately break down or boil down to whether or not you're more satisfied with the streaming service, if it offers enough and you could save a couple of bucks, or will you go back to cable TV, pay what you were paying, probably even more because their prices are going up as well still. They haven't stopped going up, although they are trying to be more competitive, cable TV, but still not there yet. Or do you just cut the cord and then cut the cord on top of cutting the cord, where you just don't pay for anything? You watch YouTube, or you just find whatever free streaming services are out there. There are a number of customers that are probably doing that. They're using Pluto TV, they're using Sling TV, live TV stream, which is completely free. There's Roku TV, free stream. There's so many free options out there. Now, it's not going to have everything you want. There's going to be a lot of movies missing. There's going to be a lot of shows missing. But, for some consumers, it's more than satisfying. It's more than adequate enough for them, especially because it's free. And for the consumers that watch a lot of movies, I think they're just going to look for the best alternative, right? Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever it is. And they're just going to deal with it that way. But there's certainly a decline in how many services customers are paying for, which scares them ultimately because they're banking on consumers paying for multiple services, which is why this entire thing was created. Disney Plus will give you a certain amount of entertainment. Paramount Plus will give you the other half of entertainment. Discovery Plus will give you another amount of entertainment. And Netflix will be Netflix and give you certain movies, their movies, and etc. And this is how they basically lock you in. Every service has 1 or 2 things that consumers want, and then they're stuck with this very large bill, and that's where it is. But at the same time, some consumers find that it's still been cheaper if they go with like an ads version. So like in this case, Disney Plus is $7.99 with ads. Paramount Plus is $5.99 with ads. Discovery Plus is $4.99 with ads. Netflix is $6.99 with ads. Again, all ads, but there's a nice variety. I'm not going to lie. You get Netflix, you get some movies, Discovery, Paramount, Disney, you get all that good stuff there. And that's only $25.96 a month. Now, there are 4 services that you have to worry about. So that's 4 potential headaches. Terms and conditions change, pricing goes up. It's just a little annoying, but it is still more cost effective than it would be signing up to, say, Spectrum cable TV. And you're choosing more of your programming. So it's not to say that streaming is dead, but people are starting to feel the pressure of this whole process here, right? And prices are going up. And if you notice, now it's Netflix with ads, Discovery Plus with ads, Disney Plus with ads. So you're getting all the ads. If you're someone that does not like ads, this is going to be a disappointment for you, and you're still paying for ads. So there's a lot of things to consider here, right? Is it still worth it? For now, yeah, I think many will still be happy. But, I think the whole idea here was to be less headaches, to get what you want in fewer services, right? You didn't want to deal with all the hassles of having to sign up for so many things or even be locked in, right? And have to worry about so much. Well, that's exactly what's happening. They're giving consumers more stress. They're raising the prices. They're adding, advertisements to everything. And some of these advertisements are very heavy. And they've even done it with Amazon Prime Video now, which was a great perk of Amazon Prime. There was no ads. Now there's ads with that as well. And you have to pay to, not see those ads. And it's just annoying, right? So I don't know. Interesting here. And some of these streaming services, they're taking away a lot of entertainment. They're not adding new stuff. So it's really at the mercy of the customer. Are you still willing to pay for all this stuff? Are you cutting the cord on top of cutting the cord and just not paying for anything? A lot of people will say all they need is YouTube. All they need is basic internet. So they're going to a 5G home internet solution and they're good, right? They're Gucci. They're not barely paying for anything. They got extra money. They're getting enough entertainment and it's all good. But there are consumers that still need that fix, that have certain programs they need to watch, and they're going to pay for that for now. But for how long? How many streaming services can one person keep track of? And how much will they be willing to pay? And how long will they pay for ads too, right? Because that's a thing of the past. People are really tired of looking at advertisements. It's a nuisance for many consumers that are, imagine watching a movie, right? And, every 5 minutes, there's an ad. I've always hated that about cable TV. That is annoying. You do not want to deal with it. It's good for a bathroom break or if you want to go get a soda real quick. But most of us do not want to see the ads. It's annoying, right? But they got to make their money. So they're basically turning into cable. So everything that you didn't want about cable, you're still dealing with cable. It's just not as heavy yet. But will it change? Will it get worse? That's what we're going to find out. Well, I definitely like to cover these cord cutting articles. Again, this was giving you an update based on what the article is talking about. They're saying this is what consumers are expressing. Like they're showing evidence that they're not paying for as much. And I would just wanted to go over the deeper root here. Like, well, I really think people are just not interested in paying for as much anymore. Times are rough. The economy has been tough. People are really feeling it. And this is where we're at. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.